Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Gemini, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to you for private readings. I do offer private readings, and information about that, as well as any donations, can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. So, Gems, thank you so much for being here. Geminis are some of the highest rated videos that I have on my channel, so I'm very grateful to you for all of that. We're going to be doing the tarot reading today with the Abstract Futures Tarot deck, a great deck that was gifted to me by a friend, and the Deep, Dark, and Dangerous Oracle to get your overall energy for the reading. So cards have been pre-shuffled. Just going to shuffle now to get the overall energy for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Gemini, please. Oh, okay, Gemini. Number 14, which is the Temperance card. The creature is a mermaid and the word is beauty. Oh, look at that. This is the first time this card has come out for this series of readings, so awesome. I mean, the thing about mermaids, right, they're kind of in between worlds. In between worlds. Could you be in between worlds right now? Doing it with a lot of grace, I see. A lot of grace. But the Temperance card, number 14, that number refers to, Temperance card in the Major Arcana of the Tarot, represents patience, transformation, transmutation, changing one thing into another thing. So people could say it's like water, mixing water into wine, or not mixing, transforming water into wine. I'm having a hard time speaking clearly, Gems, which is weird because you're ruled by Mercury. So are you having a hard time talking at this time or being able to communicate clearly what you're trying to say? Because that was really weird. It was every sentence I was having some kind of difficulty. I mean, I'm gonna get my lapis stone here and just kind of hold on to it for a minute. I am actually now noticing there's kind of it's either a break in the clouds or it's lightning coming down. So while things actually seem really beautiful and serene in the watery depths, which can be likened to the subconscious, unconscious realms, there's a lot of tumultuousness above the surface. So, as I was saying, temperance, water into wine, I like to talk about it as transmuting pain into power. And you are the vehicle, or you are the conduit for that transformation. So as an empath, for example, when I encounter someone and they come to me and they're in distress or they're in pain and they're looking to me either for reassurance or just a friendly ear, advice, pep talk, whatever, I transmute that pain and turn it into something else, something that they can use, whether it's compassion, understanding, love, or, you know, sometimes it can be tough love. I am an older sister, so it's kind of like sometimes I'm like coming at them with it, but they know my motivation, right? And as an empath, a lot of empaths, that's what they do. So it's important to understand what your place is as the transmuter and where you sit right now. Are you kind of feeling like you're in these beautiful, watery, watery depths, or are you in this tumultuous energy above the surface? As an air sign, it might not feel comfortable to be in these depths, but maybe that's where you are right now. We shall see. 4 cards for the base spread, 4 cards as clarifiers, but I will pull more clarifiers if I feel like I need to. Okay. All right, you got 2 extra cards at the end, so we shall see. In the past energy for you, Gem, you got the Knight of Wands, clarified by the 8 of Cups in the reverse. The reverse. 8 of Cups has come out for a lot of people, and in the past position. Well, most people got it in the upright, but you got it in the reverse. So let's start with the Knight of Wands. The Knights in the tarot are usually representing messengers. And in the suit of the Wands, which represents fire energy, the fire element, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it can represent somebody who is passionate, coming in with a quick message of love and excitement and intrigue, kind of a swashbuckler energy. The issue with the Knight of Wands is that they're pretty unreliable. They're kind of a flash in the pan. They're kind of just here today, gone tomorrow, right? They mean what they mean in the moment, that's for sure. Like, somebody could have been, you know, racing towards you with a message like this, and you could have just wanted to go straight forward for it, because the 8 of Cups in the upright talks about walking away from something. 8 of Cups in the reverse is a return. So, Gems, is there some kind of past love scenario that you wanted to return to that may not have been in your best and highest good? I'm going to ask for a clarifier. Let's see, Spirit. 2 swords. Perhaps you were of 2 minds regarding it. Like, it doesn't have to be a lover. It doesn't have to be like that. But something that just, maybe it was too good to be true, or maybe it was just like a good deal that you just couldn't pass up. Maybe you wanted to buy a new car, but you know, you knew your spouse, they were just gonna nix it, like, don't do it, it's a waste of money, and you just kept going back to it. But then you were of 2 minds, like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? There was deliberation. You spent time deliberating about it, that's for sure. This card, you know, the word that just came to me was exquisite. Whatever it was exquisite. But not a sure thing. Not a sure thing. Could it have to do with a beauty? Oh, that just flew right out of my hand. Could be some, you know, what's right after the 14 in the major arcana? It's number 15. That's the devil card. I don't see the devil in your reading, but devil is all about temptation. So, moving on. In the recent energy, rather in the present tense, you have the King of Wands in the reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Well, Gems, did something not work out? This is a card of investment, hard work, studiousness, kind of dedication, diligence. You got it in the reverse. And this King of Wands went from a knight to a king. King of Wands can represent Leo, Aries energy, and generally talks about somebody who knows exactly what he wants. Divine masculine. Doesn't have to be a man, but somebody in their divine masculine energy. what they want, when they want it, how they want it. No ifs, ands, or buts. We've already walked through all of the contemplation. However, you got this in the present energy in the reverse. Confusion. Sorry, I hear this like beeping sound, and I think it's from one of those scooters. This kind of those scooters that go around the city. Almost like somebody tried to make their quick getaway, but then they ran out of juice. I don't know, I don't know, Gemini. Just take it as it resonates. I don't know what these messages are, but I feel there's a disappointment here in the present tense. I feel as though, you know, I do want to point out to you there's an odd kind of bed at the bottom here. So, you know, it's like, why is there a bed underneath the water? It's like, is she sleeping? Do mermaids even sleep? I feel as though there's an energy here of somebody who lost their way. Like, if this was a set path, then there were all of these diverging roads. There was all of this distraction, Gem. I'm going to pull a card on it. What was the distraction, Spirit? Ten of Wands in the upright and Knight of Swords in the reverse. So, Ten of Wands is a card of burden. You know, maybe there were other characters in the mix. People looking out of windows. This could just be for one Gemini out there, but like, was somebody involved in a situation with a married somebody that they shouldn't have been involved in? I don't know. That could just, you know, take it as it resonates. That could just be for one person out there, right? Knight of Swords, you know, maybe that person didn't tell you they were married. So, Knight of Swords in the reverse. Knight, again, bringing in quick communication. This Knight is the quickest. But the Swords energy, which is Gemini energy, air energy, rather, they bring in some kind of truth or something of integrity, but it's in the reverse. So miscommunication again. I was talking about not being able to speak clearly in the beginning. There seems to be some kind of misunderstanding, miscommunication, being of two minds or two worlds or two situations, having to choose. But you know, it's like the water, the line of the water is getting higher and higher and higher. You know, it's like, I feel like time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. It feels tumultuous, Gem. It feels like, what I want to say is, it's not worth the trouble. It's not worth the paper it's printed on. The expression that just came to my mind. It's not worth the paper that it's printed on. So if it's not a relationship, if it's a business, kind of business dealings or collaboration with somebody, seems like something that isn't worth it in the end for you. My ear is ringing very strongly. So it's fading away now, but I think I hit the nail on the head with something there, that a collaboration that just, like with a friend maybe, because it was like going back towards something, right? Going back to something. And that friend just turned out to not be reliable. You were of two minds and maybe you made the wrong decision. Now you're regretting it. right? You're not felt like it deterred you from the path that you wanted to be on. What's in the future energy, though? Things are looking a little brighter, I will say that. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is one of the court cards that is very abundant. She has so much that she's overflowing with abundance, and she's very generous. So not all is lost, Gem. You will recoup whatever resources that were either taken away from you or invested into something else. You will recoup that and you will prosper from it. So that's good. Clarified by the Five of Cups in the reverse. Five of Cups is a card in the upright. It's a card of somebody who needs to change their perspective on something. Like they don't see the forest for the trees. Somebody in this energy can be, sometimes it can represent somebody who's depressed, somebody who doesn't see a way out, somebody who doesn't see their blessings, can be a little bit of a martyr, a little pity party, a little woe is me. And maybe that was your energy at some point. You might have felt it for a flash of a second, and then you're just like, nope, I'm picking myself back up out of this situation, and I'm going to use it to my advantage. And I'm going to integrate that experience into what I'm going to do in the near future. That's going to work out for me. Let's pull a clarifier on it. Let's see. Look at Gem. Wheel of Fortune. You see? You see? Just trust in spirit, right? Just trust. Your spirit guides came to me. I'm actually surprised that, you know, maybe because I'm recording these, but when I used to do live readings on Instagram, my ear would ring all the time. And I think it was because I was connecting in a live sense with people's energy. So my ear doesn't ring as often when I do these videos, but the fact that it rang for you today, you know, it shows me that your guides are with you. And the fact that you're getting this Wheel of Fortune card in your future energy alongside the Queen of Pentacles, like, man, can this be my future? Sure it can. I'm going to claim it. Wheel of Fortune represents Jupiterian energy, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, protection, good fortune. So, good luck, divine timing, things working in our favor, right? This is like a compass. It's like the direction pointing north. Like you know the way. The way has been, you know, we're here. It's like I saw a lot of distractions here. There's just like all roads point this way, up, right? Or like right on target. So that's amazing, beautiful. In terms of advice from spirit, you got 4 cards. Normally you would get 2. You got 4 cards. 2 of Pentacles. So spirit does want to caution you, however, that you may be juggling a little bit too much right now. So there could be, oh, you know what I saw? So I saw this as like pointing up, and then I saw this shape as like a fish. So it's almost like I saw it as a salmon swimming upstream. Yes, that's what salmon do. But why do they do it? It's almost like, Gem, why are you making it harder for yourself? Why are you taking the long way around? Why are you taking the long way around? There's a lot happening, and Spirit is asking you to kind of pare things down a little bit. Like, just take away what doesn't belong, what doesn't serve you, what might be a distraction, and just get it off your plate. Delegate it to somebody else. Right? Clarified by the Death card in reverse, the Strength card in reverse, both major arcana. Oh, sorry, 3 major arcana. The Hangman in reverse. That's a lot of major arcana to come out right at the end, and a lot of them in reverse. It's not a bad thing or a good thing, but it's advice from Spirit. So I would imagine that Spirit kind of wants you to put some things down so that you can bring all of these beautiful divine energies into your reality right now. Hangman is a person who puts themselves purposefully into the tree of knowledge to gather wisdom. That you need to take a step back. You're too close to the situation right now, Gem. The Strength card in the reverse, it's almost like feeling a little arrogant, a little cocky, perhaps. No offense. This is just a message. We all get this way. Our ego is there to protect us, but it can also serve to undermine us, because everything in the ego is rooted in fear. Because the ego is there to try and separate us from others, right? Like, I have to stake my claim and assert my identity, and you can't do anything to me, and blah, blah, blah. And it just takes away from the spiritual idea of oneness. You and I are one. We're of the divine. We're here to help each other. The ego keeps us disconnected from one another, right? So Spirit is saying, number one, you may be disconnected from others, but number two, you may be disconnected from yourself. So it's really important to kind of bear that in mind, because you are going to be experiencing abundance. When you do so, do it with beauty and do it with grace. Be graceful, be generous, give back to others, especially those who, if they're in need but they've tried their best, those are the best people to help. If there's somebody out there that is just working their butt off to try and make a better life for themselves, and you happen to be in the position, but they're struggling, and you happen to be in the position to help that person, please help that person. Open a door for them, make a phone call for them, lend a helping hand, lend a helping ear. Like, you have no idea how small things like that raise the vibration of humanity. You can be responsible single-handedly for raising the vibration of humanity. Why not? Maybe that's a little bit of ego talking, but I think it's a little bit of optimism too, like in the best way. Just like, you have the power to do that for someone, Jim. Sorry, one of my candles went out. So I always like to have 2 candles going when I read tarot. It's to honor my twin flame connection. I always like to. And with the Death card in reverse, Spirit wants you to have this kind of regeneration, rebirth, like a new you. Almost like kind of emerging from the depths here with a sense of empowerment, right? But this card is in reverse. So there's still some cycles that we need to close out, some thought processes that no longer serve us. How do we know what those are? It's really important for you to get in touch with yourself. So if that means that if it's in prayer and meditation, through journaling, through being out in nature, just putting down the cell phone, turning off the computer, reading a book, right? Something that encourages quiet and pause. So that's your reading, Gem. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe to this channel. Comment down below. Please hit the bell notification if you would like to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thanks, Gem.